This man felt immense fear when he saw his comrade being executed. But when he turned his head, another teammate was being held at gunpoint. At that moment, he noticed the German soldiers were not paying attention to him, so he seized the opportunity to escape, but was still spotted by a German officer. He quickly hid behind a rock, pulled out his frozen pistol, broke the ice, and fired at 2 German soldiers. Then he charged toward the high ground, but when he crossed the mountaintop thinking he had escaped, the Germans caught up. They aimed at him with rifles and opened fire. He was hit by bullets and stumbled to the ground. One bullet shattered his toe, but he endured the sharp pain and stood up, using the trail of his own blood to mislead the Germans. At night, to prevent the wound from getting infected, he wrapped it with a sock. Suddenly several flares streaked across the sky, instantly lighting up the surroundings. He was quickly surrounded by German soldiers. At that moment, he jumped into the icy water. The German officer tested the water temperature with his hand, sure that he would not survive long. But what he did not expect was that the man had already reached the opposite shore, his face covered in frost. The next day, the German officer entered the water to test the temperature, and could not bear it after 5 minutes, but no body was found, and the officer still felt uneasy, so he ordered his men to search the villages across the shore. Meanwhile, the man arrived at a village, where the villagers immediately pointed guns at him. After he revealed his identity, the villagers were moved by him. One villager took him into the house, treated his injured toe, and gave him a pair of skis, pointing him toward Sweden. He continued his escape, but slipped near a German camp, and was spotted by a patrolling German soldier. Luckily, the officer did not recognize him, but shortly after he left, the officer suddenly remembered his face, and immediately dispatched fighter planes to pursue him. Bullets rained down, triggering an avalanche. He was buried in the snow. His whole body was trapped and unable to move. He could only slowly close his eyes and fall asleep. 4 days later, the villagers rushed to find the man. He had already been buried under the snow. The villagers hurriedly dug through the snow, thinking the man had stopped breathing, but at that moment, the man slowly opened his eyes. He had miraculously survived. The villagers quickly pulled him out. He was finally rescued. Do you admire this man? Please comment.